millions of miles away, sitting in the freezing, irradiated void of space, is our closest planetary neighbor. In this explainer, we're embarking on an epic, deep space journey to look at the unfolding saga of NASA's robotic fleet on the Red Planet. Because honestly, this isn't just a story about some complex machines drifting around in the dark. It is a profound look at humanity's vanguard. These are our scouts, braving a completely alien world, conducting groundbreaking science, and literally paving the way for our own future. So think about this for a second. What is the only planet we know of that is inhabited entirely by robots? The answer, of course, is Mars. And it's a fascinating, honestly kind of haunting thought, right? A vast, entirely quiet world populated right now solely by our metallic emissaries. But let's be totally clear about the stark reality they face every single day. Mars is absolutely no place for the faint-hearted. It's incredibly dry, it's rocky, and it's bitter, bitter cold. The fourth planet from the sun is just this unforgiving, irradiated landscape. And that harsh reality, that's exactly what makes the survival and the continued operation of these scouts not just a cool science experiment, but an absolute engineering marvel that demands our awe.
Okay, let's dive right into Act 1, Boots on the Ground.
Decades of continuous science have been building up to today's incredible discoveries. We're talking about a massive legacy here. From Mars Odyssey arriving back in 2001 to the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter in 2006. Then, the highly successful Curiosity rover dropping to the surface in 2012, and of course our most recent incredibly advanced surface arrival, the Perseverance rover in 2021. To put things into perspective, right now there are 2,300 miles separating the Perseverance and Curiosity rovers on the surface. And even though they're exploring totally different areas of the planet and facing very different terrains, they're basically double-teaming the search for life. Together, simultaneously, they are piecing together billions of years of Martian history. And you know, exploring Mars isn't just about rolling over rocks anymore. There's been a real game changer. NASA actually just pushed the rotor blades of its next-generation Mars helicopter past Mach 1. Let that sink in. Mach 1. It is a sheer technological triumph, especially when you consider how incredibly thin the Martian atmosphere is. It just proves we're constantly leveling up and rewriting the rules of flight on another world. Now, what's really interesting here is how we actually drive these multi-billion-dollar machines. It used to be a painstakingly manual process. Human planners on Earth had to meticulously analyze the terrain, sketch out safe routes to avoid hazards, and then send those heavily delayed commands across the void of space. But now, we're seeing a massive paradigm shift. Perseverance recently completed its very first drives planned entirely by artificial intelligence. Generative AI is now creating autonomous waypoints right there on the rover. This lets it navigate complex decisions safely without waiting for us to call the shots from Earth, which radically broadens how efficiently we can explore. Let's shift our focus upward to see how this all connects in Act 2, Eyes in the Sky. According to NASA's current mission status, there are exactly 2 active NASA spacecraft in orbit keeping watch right now. So that perfectly matches the 2 rovers operating down on the ground. These tireless eyes in the sky are absolutely crucial for deep mapping, sweeping scientific observations, and, most importantly, maintaining our vital link back home. High above all that red dust, you've got 2 veteran missions doing totally distinct but perfectly complementary jobs. Mars Odyssey is basically the cartographer. It's tasked with creating the very first comprehensive global map of the chemical elements and surface minerals that make up the planet. Meanwhile, the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter has a distinctly different target. It is meticulously scouring the surface for any evidence that water persisted there for long periods of time. But perhaps their most vital day-to-day function is teaming up to act as the Mars Relay Network. Think of it as the ultimate cosmic Wi-Fi router. It's the first link in a 2-way communications bridge stretching from Mars all the way back to us on Earth. This network is the necessary connective tissue for the entire operation. It allows all that laggy but absolutely essential data, the breathtaking high-def photos, the rover telemetries, the complex science, to safely cross millions of miles of empty space. Without it, the rovers would essentially be exploring in the dark. And here's a really cool aside. Mars isn't just a destination. In the grand mechanics of our solar system, it literally serves as a cosmic slingshot for even deeper exploration. Take NASA's Psyche mission, for example. On May 15th, the Psyche spacecraft executed this brilliant gravity assist by flying right past Mars. It essentially stole a little of the planet's orbital momentum to speed itself up and set a direct course for a metal-rich asteroid out in the main asteroid belt. And while pulling off this incredible maneuver, it used the moment as a training run, calibrating its instruments for its 2029 asteroid encounter and capturing some incredibly unique, fleeting views of the red planet as it zoomed by. So what does this all mean? That brings us to Act 3, the ultimate prize. Really, why do we do this? Why spend decades, billions of dollars, and the careers of thousands of brilliant minds just to send hardware to a freezing desert? Well, it's because we're hunting for the answers to life itself. We are looking for monumental breakthroughs exactly like this one. After years of meticulous lab work analyzing a drilled rock, results confirm that Curiosity found organic molecules never before seen on Mars. I mean, no way, right? This is a massive revelation. It proves that the basic chemical building blocks necessary for life as we know it are literally right there, just preserved in the ancient Martian dirt. And the scientific mystery only deepens with the Perseverance rover. Meet Sample 25, beautifully nicknamed Sapphire Canyon. It was extracted from this really intriguing vein-filled arrowhead-shaped rock that scientists call Shayava Falls. The significance of this specific rock literally cannot be overstated. It contains incredibly compelling features that researchers believe could finally, at long last, answer the ultimate question: did ancient, microscopic life exist here in the distant past? The story this little rock sample could tell is quite literally world-changing. And this brilliantly illustrates a reality that's honestly kind of hard to fathom when you look at the barren landscape we see today. Billions of years ago, Mars was a fundamentally different world. Thanks to these robotic missions, we now have overwhelming evidence that it boasted a much wetter environment, a warmer global climate, and a significantly thicker atmosphere. It wasn't always a wasteland. Deep in its past, it was a dynamic world, perhaps remarkably similar to our own home here on Earth. Which leads us to humanity's Martian horizon. Mars remains our absolute horizon goal for human exploration. Because ultimately, what we learn about the red planet is going to tell us so much more about our Earth's own past, and potentially its future. These robotic scouts, the rovers digging in the dirt, the orbiters mapping the skies above, the helicopters testing the air, they are laying the essential, absolutely critical groundwork for our eventual arrival. They're pioneering the tech, finding the ancient resources, and mapping out the hazards so that one day, hopefully soon, human beings can step out of a lander and onto that red dust ourselves. Our metallic emissaries have paved the way. They've found the ghosts of ancient water, they've unlocked organic building blocks, and they've meticulously charted a world millions of miles from our own. The path forward has been drawn, the horizon is waiting. The only question left is, are we ready to follow the Pathfinders? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep looking up and stay curious.